Hello again, everybody. It's Harry Boxer, the technical trader at techtrader.com. It's Tuesday night, March the 15th. And these are the charts of the day. Well, it was an ugly day on Wall Street. A lot of stocks that we had, some of them did well, some of them didn't do as well. We'll have to take a quick look at starting off with some of the ETFs and some stocks that we follow. The BIS as well as the LABD, both popping and looking interesting. I think the biotech group is in trouble. I think there's more to go. We'll just have to see whether we get any big reversals in here, but for the time being, if you're looking at this pattern as a three-wave corrective falling wedge, and it popped out, retested, and ran up again. If this moves across, and now I'm speaking about BIS now, if BIS takes out that zone near 49, it could take off into the mid-50s and way beyond. Looking at the LABD, you can see a similar pattern, three-wave corrective, pull back down to the 50, bounce and pull back to retest. I'll be watching this tomorrow because if it gets across 67.5, we could easily see 74.5 and maybe even up to 85. So this is a really intriguing stock to look at. It's a triple bear, and the BIS being just an ultra short, but both of them look intriguing, and keep a close tab on them. Buffalo, BUFF, that's Blue Buffalo Pet Products. After the flag, and I put a swing trade on it. Let me show you the flag right there, or the pennant. It popped out today. Now it didn't hold the highs over 24, close to 23.70. It was only up a small fraction, but on a bad day, not too bad. It looks to me like it wants to go. Looking at where resistance might lie, I would have to think that initially around 27, and then maybe as high as 28 and 3/4, 29. So 27 to 29 are my targets going forward. Big day for CPXX, one of the biggest I've ever seen, up 432% in one day. Huge drug news on leukemia. The stock was closed like $1.69. It closed at $8.94 to basically jump a monstrous amount. And closing at the upper end of the range, that was the best part. If you look at the daily, late day pattern, it came out strong and closed. Retested the high and after hours was coiling. But watch this one tomorrow over 945.50. This could be a $13, $14 stock somewhere in that range. It wouldn't surprise me if it followed through. So we'll watch it tomorrow. But it's also dangerous. Stock 39 million traded, biggest day in its history. Another biotech that did well was INGN, which was in a box, actually a box of short for a while, and you can see how it came down. This bear wedge here broke to the upside, and that was the telltale sign yesterday when it popped out across that line, closed right at, or should I say, tested the declining 50-day and the trend line. But when it gapped up above it, it just exploded. The next target is a 46, 48 zone. I would expect that to maybe be a possibility over the coming days should the market not fall apart. Now, speaking of falling apart, LABD got hammered. I'm sorry, not LABD, LABU. I'll just take a quick look at it so you can see it. I've been telling you all along that this looks like a big bear wedge, and the stock dropped 17% today on strong volume and a pickup in volume at 15.7 million. So right now it's in danger of a collapse, and the LABD it has the possibilities of making a big move along with the BIS. Up next is NUGT. Boy, did it have a nice day today. Look at the 1 minute chart. It gives you an idea of how strong it was. And it multiple waves up. Got it up to my target just before the close at 57.5, and then it settled into some quiet after hours action. But looking at this, if this is the new angle of ascent, take a look what the projection is on NUGT. If this gold market really explodes, we can see first 70, 85, and as high as 100 over the next several weeks, provided it holds 50. That's where I stop my stock. Under 50, 50.5, be very careful. You can ride this momentum as long as it lasts. WTR with a big move today, breaking a head and shoulders bottoming, left shoulder, head, right shoulder type pattern, and it popped 310 or 9% on 1 million shares. Talk about potential strategic alternative, maybe a sale, and my targets are 42 and 47. PLCE, a special day today. Looking at the long term, you'll see big picture stock broke out to all-time highs, and if that is the angle of ascent, this stock has a lot more to go. But for now, I'm looking for a stock to make it into low to mid 80s, up in that zone. We'll see what happens. 6 days to cover. BCL with a big pop a couple of days ago, then it pulled back for 2 days, and today it snapped back 10%. Keep an eye on this one, as when I see stocks that break out of bases with big gaps and then consolidate, we often see it move higher. I would look for 6.5 and 7.5 going forward in the next week or two. Let's see if it holds support. Currently at about 380, and then the gap support at 360. Checking on the box of shorts list, there are a few stocks I want to go over. Starting with Alliance Fiber Optics. It's in a very nasty downtrend. And after bear flag, bear flag, bear flag, and another one, it's starting to fall apart. Scrolling closely, and you'll see over the last week, the stock has held this level several times. Any move below that, and it can fall apart. If you look at the angle of descent, there's some resistance, or should I say support near 12. Below that, we're looking at a $10.50 stock, if not worse. AMSG, well, it was a box of short here, and it worked out well for a week or two. Then it snapped back to resistance, only to bounce from a wedge. Should this wedge be broken, and today it dropped 247 or 3.42%, I can envision this stock making an important rollover retest in the 60-62 zone. DeVry, educational stocks have been lousy all year. This one's no exception. I've been following this short since the mid-30s when it broke down and bear flagged. You can see all the wedges and flags on that one. Another one was broken today as it dropped 209 or 10%. I envision the stock down there to mid-teens. GPN, a former boxer swing short, which worked very well from there down to there. After 5 waves down, 1 wave up. So this is, when I say 5 wave, this is 5 within the first, so 1 and 2. This looks to be rolling over, and if it rolls over here, my test of 55 and 51.5 may be had. But ultimately, I'm looking for a stock in the mid-40s on this one. LXFT, also a boxer short. Looks like it wants to die, and we'll see. That's a bear flag. The target would be around 45 and then into the high 30s. And lastly, Red Robin Gourmet, which I've been short on since 80. You can see the bear wedge, bear flag, bear wedge, and another large bear wedge. Well, it got up to the declining top line, and it's rolled over. Today was a crack, I think, down 260, almost 4%. We'll see if it accelerates lower and or retest the double bottom near 56. Ultimately, I'm looking for 50. And that's it for tonight, everybody. Have a good evening.